research shows that around 2 million people are struggling to afford internet access, plunging them into what's being described as data poverty. It means they're unable to access their emails, apply for jobs and even to help their children with their homework.
Well, to help boost access, Virgin Media O2 are trialling a scheme to give people free data. They're setting up what they're calling data banks on the high street. Well, Gareth Turpin is Chief Commercial Officer at Virgin Media O2 and joins us now. Gareth, good to see you this morning. How is this going to work in practice?
So, good morning. Thank you for having me. So we are trialling until the end of this year, actually widening the National Data Bank. We've been supporting the Data Bank for the last 12 months with the Good Things Foundation. But we're now going to have 10 of our high street stores will actually become national data banks where people can access the essential connectivity that you're talking about there. And we've pledged more than 60 million gigabytes of data to the end of 2025 to the National Data Bank. Secondly, we're also giving away more than 1 million O2 Christmas SIM cards that will give people access to 7 gigabytes of data that you can collect in any O2 store or online and either utilise yourself if you need it or gift it to someone who needs it most. Because we very much believe through this cost of living crisis, people need access to that essential data, as you say, that is now such an essential part of our lives.
I lost internet over the weekend, and as everybody knows, it's a very wet weekend.
Everything grinds to a halt.
Oh, my goodness, the anxiety levels that I was experiencing. 2 children to amuse, all the above. I totally know what you're talking about. Is it time for us to think about data and access to data more now as a utility, like we would our water or our electricity? Because it is such an important part of our daily life, isn't it?
Absolutely. So if you think of anything you want to do on a daily basis, whether it's your children's homework, whether it's apply for a job, interact with your local council, government services, online shopping has become even more prevalent, obviously, through the pandemic, then we believe that data and access to connectivity, whether it be from your home or on the move, is absolutely essential. And for those who can't afford those services because of the position they find themselves in through the cost of living crisis, we want to help and make sure people do have access to that connectivity that is obviously so important to your daily life.
Look, I don't want to sound like a cynic, Gareth. I mean, it's a nice PR exercise having 10 stores doing it. It's not a huge amount. I mean, in terms of a real commitment, and I know it's hard for one company to do if the others don't follow suit, but in terms of a real commitment, it's about reducing the cost of data and perhaps for those who need it the most, reducing it to next to nothing, isn't it?
So obviously, I said it's 10 high street stores. We have the other data bank locations across the UK. We've chosen these 10 stores because they're in areas where there either is lots of data poverty or where there isn't access to a local data bank. And as I mentioned, we also have the 1 million Christmas SIM cards that you can get in any of the 380 stores we have across the UK and online, which we will send out to you. And if you're not an O2 customer, then you can actually get an O2 pay-as-you-go SIM and then apply for one of the Christmas cards as well. So we believe that actually across the UK we can give people access where they need it most. And then from a wider value point of view, obviously, the UK is one of the most competitive markets in the world, and we're really proud of the value we provide to our customers in terms of the access to data through any of our tariffs. And then within our Virgin Media business, we also have a social tariff starting at £12.50 to give those who need it most access to the internet in their home. And we've just launched a £20 tariff that gives them 50 gigabyte speeds within their home as well. So we're really proud of what we do in terms of the value we provide to our customers.
All right, Gareth Turpin, Chief Commercial Officer for Virgin Media O2. In case you haven't guessed, thank you very much indeed for your time this morning.